All right, everyone. It is Monday night. Thank you. And you know what that means. We are back with another episode of Nerdcamp Sports. Raj, how you feeling tonight, brother?
Man, I'm feeling good, feeling good. It was a very, very interesting Sunday, I'll say. A lot of upset, a lot of close games, but we'll get to that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we definitely had an interesting week, so to speak.
Yes.
So, where do you want to start at today?
Well, let's start with the Philadelphia Eagles and Cowboys game. I know R&B probably want to tap into that as well, but I got to tell you, man, I am so sick and tired of the Philadelphia Eagles for multiple reasons. Number one, their quarterback. Jalen Hurts is probably one of the most, I don't even know what word I can use. Mercurial is the word that comes to mind. Okay?
Right.
Most weirdest kind of nonchalant type quarterback. And he drives me mad because it's almost like he's missing something, but he's got all the tools that he needs. So that game really like messed me up. The fact that they led 21-0. Of course, Dallas found a way to get a touchdown before the first half ended. But then they come back and they score a complete 23 points on these guys. It's like, what are we doing? You guys couldn't score 1 point in the second half as the Philadelphia Eagles, the champions. I mean, I don't understand their mindset. They're like sleepwalking, and it's like, what are we doing, guys? The playoffs is in it's less than 2 months. So we got to get out there and win. I'm not even an Eagles fan, but I'm saying it just really messed me up watching that Sunday afternoon game and watch Dallas dog walk them all the way to all the way to a freaking win. It's ridiculous. So I just had to get that off my chest, man, because I look at Jalen Hurts as one of those quarterbacks that's like, of course, now he got a championship, so people gonna say, well, he's a champion, but he don't have that championship dog in him, and it just drives me mad.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. First and foremost, the Eagles are still, I believe, 9-3. They're leading their division. We're not expecting Dallas to do anything. We're not expecting Washington or the Giants to do anything.
No.
So therefore, this game did not hurt them in that regard. Now, should they have lost this game? Hell no. Hell no. Dallas fans are all happy. They got their fix. You won a game. Whoopity-doo. But the reality of the situation is this. Saquon Barkley is not playing the way he played last season. That's first of all.
Right.
Secondly, they are still trying to win with a minimal amount of work. So at the half, Sirianni didn't make any adjustments. He kept the same thing going. And it equaled no points. After you went up 21-0, you did nothing.
Absolutely
nothing. So to me, that's when you go in and say, okay, we need to make adjustments to how they're playing. All Dallas needed was that touchdown to get a little confidence, because now they're like, oh, okay. So they really are in a bad way in that regard, because if you can't beat a team with, we're seeing people throwing up 40, 45 points on that defense earlier in this season, what's going to happen when you run into those Rams? See, last week you guys were saying, Eagles have their number, but this Rams team is different.
Yeah.
This Rams team here is different. I wouldn't even take Philly over Seattle's defense. I wouldn't take Philly over San Francisco, and they are hurt.
Right.
So,
right.
We seen what happened to the Buccaneers yesterday, and Baker's injury and all that stuff. Right. But I'm just trying to pull up, you know, when I'm looking at Philly, and I'm looking at it by conference,
Mhm.
I don't think I could take Philly over Chicago. And
Right.
Friday they got a game against one another, and it's a big test, and it's gonna mean a lot because second place is on the line in this game.
Right.
And both of these teams are sitting at 8-3, one game out from the first place LA Rams. You know, I cannot, I would probably take Green or Philly up against right now Tampa. That's about it.
Right. I mean, it can go either way with Tampa because, of course, there's no full diagnosis on Baker Mayfield, but we know if he's healthy, he's
He's a
shaking
dog.
Baker. He can go out there and compete with the best of them. I mean, we were talking MVP what 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like he's in that conversation. But you're right, and commercial just came up for the Black Friday game, the Eagles and Bears. Man, I just feel like Sirianni got to pull it together. If he cannot find a way to pull this team out of their rut that they're in, and I know they're 8-3. I know. But there a lot of those wins weren't real wins. They were wins, but they were like by the skin of their teeth. Even this game, if they found a way to stop Dallas and found a way to get that field goal, I'll still will have this conversation with you guys because they are the defending champions. We watched what they did last season and how they set all the records. Saquon Barkley, AJ Green, all these guys set a tone. AJ Brown, excuse me, set a tone for this team to become great, and that's why they won. They won the Super Bowl with that. But for some reason, it's like they lost their momentum, they lost their spark, and it's driving me crazy because whenever I believe in them, they always let me down.
Well, Philly's gonna do what they're gonna do, and they're limited. So unless they can get a glimpse of what Saquon did last season and start to utilize AJ Brown a little more, this is what we're gonna get from Philly. This is what we're gonna get. And like I said, when you running into teams like the Rams, and you running into teams, Green Bay's in that mix, Chicago, I would even take over them right now.
Right.
It's gonna be a problem, because I'm looking at a NFC that's very competitive. I mean, you
Yeah.
got Rams, Philly, Chicago, all with
Hmm.
less than 5 losses.
Right.
Oh, and you got Seattle, Green Bay, San Francisco, and Detroit. Tampa 6-5, but Carolina's also 6-5. So we're looking at a scenario that none of us picked, where the
Right.
Carolina Panthers could win the division. Do I believe that can happen? No.
Hmm.
Or do I believe that will happen? No. But the fact that it's a possibility
But,
is
but Mike,
crazy.
didn't I call it last week? Didn't I call it last week?
You
Go
call it.
watch the tape, ladies and gentlemen. I said they could win this division. They didn't have a clear path,
I think
but
you said it before. I think you said it before last week.
yeah, I think I did. I think I said it like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Nah,
But my
I
point
remember
is,
you. I remember you saying it in the beginning of the season. Like,
that's
don't be
true.
surprised when we're
That's
doing the
true.
preview episode. You were saying that.
That's
Don't be
facts. That's facts.
surprised if Carolina comes out of nowhere.
Appreciate you remember that, man. I mean, honestly, I always saw this team as like the sleeper in their division. I'm not saying I don't believe in Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm not saying that. But I knew that the injuries were going to stack up. You're looking at a team who nobody picked, nobody's talking about. We're talking about the Carolina Panthers with Bryce Young. Bryce Young, he looks like somebody that works at the YMCA. He doesn't even look like a real football player. He looks like somebody that's cosplaying as a football player. Somebody like a a little Bow Wow playing like Mike. That's who he looks like. But the funny thing is, he finds a way to win. He finds a way to get that ball down that field, and I'm so excited for the Carolina Panthers because even the fact that they can sniff a division, that puts them in a place where they can build off. They can say, you know what? Let's go out there and go get a better wide receiver. Let's go out there and find some better defensive linemen, offensive
But,
linemen.
but their rookie, McMillan, he's been doing his thing.
Oh yeah,
And,
he's amazing.
and Bryce Young, like I said before, their success was contingent off, what he could do.
Right.
And that's just what it comes down to. He's played well. And, he has that receiver. Their running back, Dowell, has been playing well as well.
Yes.
So we can't discredit his portion. So when we look at them top to bottom, they definitely have an opportunity to win this division and get one home game. Like I said, do I believe that it'll happen? No. But can it?
I mean, mathematically, yeah. Because once again, we got the Buccaneers 6-5, and we got the Panthers 6-5. I mean, honestly, I don't think they're going to win tonight. I don't have them picked. I don't have them as winning tonight. But I do believe they can bounce back and find a way to get rattle off some more wins before the end of the season. But as far as the actual standings, yeah, they got just as good a chance as the Bucks right now for their division. The NFC South is wide open when it comes down to these two guys. It can go either way. I mean, I wouldn't even say Atlanta, but Atlanta done crapped in a bed so many times that they don't even know if they can actually stand up. So it's one of those moments where it's like, hey, you lost your confidence, then you lose your quarterback, and then you stop doing what you did to get to where you were in the beginning of the season. Because we all looked at Bijan Robinson as the second coming of Emmitt Smith. And what happened?
It's just the play calling, man. If you look, when they, like a few weeks ago, this man had 178 yards. And and that was on the ground and in the air. He had a couple touchdowns. He was on the field. They called 25 to 30 plays for him. Yeah. But I seen a stat where he's on the field like 51% of the plays. And that's not going to get the job done. So to me, it's not his fault because someone of his caliber should be on the field 70 to 75% of the offensive snaps. So if you're not hitting a viable number for a guy who you used a first round pick on, what are you doing?
Right.
There's so many series I see him not on the field, not plays, series.
Yeah.
And so there's got to be a reason for that. Excuse me, but that's what I see. That's what they need. They need the run game. And we know that Atlanta is known for this. Look at Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, let me tell you, when he leaves that team and goes to another team, it's going to be amazing because they don't call plays for him either.
I hope so, man.
They only call plays for wide receivers.
It's hard to believe in Kyle Pitts because he's not doing what he did in college. I mean, everyone thought he was an amazing tight end / wide receiver because of the way that he catch. But now he's not even doing anything because you're right. They're not getting him involved. So it's a coaching situation, man. It's got to be a coaching situation because you got two of the best at their position. Well, at least I would say top 10 in their position at any given Sunday. And they're absolutely garbage when it comes down to executing.
Absolutely. They got to get it together. Someone's got to give.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. So I want to get this one out the way.
Okay.
Make sure I talk about this. And I ain't even gonna wait for R&B. But we have to talk about Shador.
Let's go. We can circle back with it with R&B because I know he wanted to talk about it too. But go ahead, go for it.
Man, it make me mad watching what I watched yesterday. Because we gotta play Cleveland again.
Mm.
The first thing I seen was this man went out the pocket and launched that shit for 55
Yeah,
yards.
yeah,
You cannot sit here and I don't want to hear from people the Shador slander anymore. I don't want to hear it.
no, absolutely not.
And listen, people are like, "Oh, he sucks." Now, hold on. Let's just look at this thing full circle. Now, I understand as a backup, you're supposed to be prepared.
Right,
But for your first action to be out there against a division rival who's hungry to come back and win, and the defense was ready to feast on you because of who you are and because you're a rookie, that's difficult for anyone to do.
right.
Now you got, and on top of that, he ain't taking first team reps. He ain't practicing with that offense. He's practicing with the second string or the second team offense.
Right.
You gave him the week of practice, and look all the difference it made. He went out there. He was a field general, 209 yards, a touchdown. Yeah, there was the interception, but hey, he got to win.
Yeah, it's
He
his
won
first
his
game.
debut as a starter.
Right.
So, with that, I say that I will. Excuse me. I'm very glad that he was able to get his first NFL victory.
Mm-hmm.
Very glad that he was able to step up and really show what he had. And my problem though is with Kevin Stefanski. After the game, they asked him if he's going to start next week. He said he can't answer that. You know
Right.
what you just seen. You know what you just seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
you know that's the right decision. So to me, it's like, why are we holding this guy back? Like, it sucks that he had to get his opportunity this way with injuries and them whitewashing the quarterbacks. There was a team that had 6 quarterbacks to start the season on their roster.
Yeah.
Like, all right, now you're down to what? I think it's just him, right?
It's
Right
I
now,
think
like,
it's him.
because
Yeah.
Watson's out,
Right.
Gabriel's out. They
Yeah.
traded Pickett. They let go to Huntley. He went back to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and they traded Flacco. So it's just him.
Right.
He's literally the last resort. So to me, I was glad to see him get his time, get his plays, and do what he had to do to be successful. And hopefully, even if this doesn't work out with Cleveland ultimately, I think he's done enough to prove he's a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yes. Yes. And I totally echo all those sentiments. Let me say this about Shador Sanders. First and foremost, shout out to uh, Deion Sanders and Shador's mother. I don't know his mother's name, but I want to say they did an excellent job raising him, and his whole family, the whole Sanders family. Okay, this kid or this young man, excuse me, because he's a grown man. This young man is showing that you can be confident and also humble at the same time. And I'm sick and tired of the narrative. I'm sick and tired of people saying that he's arrogant. I'm sick and tired of all the crap because I guarantee you, if somebody like Joe Burrow shows up and does what he does, what Shador Sanders have done, you guys would not say that about Joe Burrow. Baker Mayfield does exactly what Shador does, and nobody complains about Baker Mayfield. They call him passionate, they call him exciting, and all this other stuff. Let me tell you something, man. There's a narrative that needs to be killed with when it comes down to Shador Sanders, and the narrative is he's not a starting quarterback. I'm glad that he proved that he's a starting quarterback. On top of that, Kevin Stefanski should be fired. His record shows it, his attitude shows it, and his demeanor after the game, after they won, he didn't want to even give Shador Sanders his credit for winning, bringing his team to a victory. He didn't even hand him the freaking game ball. That's the first time I've ever witnessed a quarterback lead a team to victory after their first time starting, and they don't hand him a freaking game ball. I'm getting upset because these individuals are showing blatant disrespect. I don't care how you feel about his father. I don't care how you feel about Shador as a person. Give that man his respect as a human being. Let him show his talents, let him show his skills, and give him the open opportunity to show what he got. And if he's not worthy of it, then let him go. Let him go to another team. Because if you guys don't believe in him, I guarantee you there's other teams out there. There's 31 other teams out there that does now.
And they'll take the risk because you can see there's upside. You know he's NFL ready.
Yes, and he's a marketing machine. Do you know his jersey sale was number one in the NFL this season?
Wow.
Number one. And he only played one game. That's the funny part. They didn't even want to acknowledge that. But if you look at the statistics, he's got the number one selling jersey in the NFL. He's a marketing machine. He's been that since he came out of high school, since he was in college, right? When he played in college, he put his logo up. He was making NIL money, all this stuff. He's a marketing genius. Deion Sanders is a great father for raising his son the way he did. And last but not least, on this, on my take on this, I hope Kevin Stefanski gets fired and they hire Deion Sanders. That's all I got to say about that.
Listen, Kevin Stefanski, after that stretch where they went 11-5 and they went to the playoffs, he has done nothing.
He has done absolutely nothing. He's riding off of that. And how many years ago was that?
At least 3.
Exactly. And he's still employed. But they kicked out Dable as soon as he got a losing record a couple years. It's unbelievable.
So if I'm Stefanski, Shador Sanders is the only guy that's going to save your job.
Yes.
Because he's ready to play and he's ready to prove the work, even if this is a tryout for whoever may be next. Because you can definitely trade him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what? I'm fine with that. I'm 100% fine with that because this happens in the NFL. Sometimes that first team that picks you up, they just don't believe in you or the system doesn't work. And then the second team that picks you up, they want to work with you. They want to bring you up. They see the potential. That's sometimes the best opportunities right there.
And sometimes it's multiple teams.
Right. Or it might be multiple teams. We witnessed that happen, but all I'm saying is let this kid get his time to shine. Let this kid get opportunity. That's the problem. You gave Dylan Gabriel a shot. The kid is horrible. He's horrible. He was even horrible in college. The only thing that saved him was he had great wide receivers.
Oh, and they really sat up here. Excuse me, and announced Dylan Gabriel as their starter.
Yeah. And why did they do that? We know why they did it, Mike. We know why they did it. It's a good old boys club. But when it's all said and done, look at where he's at now. And I guarantee you, if Shador gets another win, that's going to put Kevin Stefanski in the hot seat anyway because they're going to wonder why did they have him playing in the beginning of the season.
What I'm hearing is it hasn't been fully his decision.
Well, he's not fighting for it.
That's true.
He's not fighting for it because if he was fighting for it, you'll see it. You'll see it now. He's not even. He's showing all the evidence that he's a hater. Let's be honest. He's a freaking hater.
Let's see. Shit, I'm trying to get the Browns' upcoming schedule here. I don't know. I got a tough one. Some tough ones coming. They got the Niners,
Uh huh.
and then they got the Titans.
Yep.
Then they got the Bears, the Bills, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. So
Okay. So you know what? Let's walk this down real quick. So I can see them winning. All right. Well, the 49ers game, it's a 50-50. It's a toss up, right?
yeah,
Because they both got, well, we know that the Browns got elite defense. As long as you got Myles Garrett, that's all you need. But when it comes down to the Titans, you could definitely get that win. The
that's a
Bears,
win.
the Bears in Chicago, you can still get that win. It can go either way. The Bills in Cleveland, you can get that win. The Steelers, if if Aaron Rodgers isn't 100%, I think you could get that win too. And last but not least, the Bengals. The Bengals is going through a carousel of quarterbacks right now. They're bringing back Joe Burrow, so it's like it could go either way. You could
Joe
easily get.
Burrow. Joe Burrow's supposed to play on Thanksgiving this week.
Yes, he is. You're right. He's supposed to play this Thursday. So check this out. So out of the 6 games we just mentioned, I feel like the Browns could win 3 or 4.
Mm. I can see it.
And that will make this case a very strong case for him to be the starting quarterback for the Browns moving forward. I mean, even next season if they decide to keep him.
Well, at that point, you can't deny it. Like,
Right.
excuse me, the proof will be in the pudding at that point. You kind of gotta go with it.
Yeah. Because historically, this team is trash. They're not even used to seeing 3 wins in a row or 2 wins in a row. If this kid can go out there and win 3 out of the 6, that just put them in a position to be way better than they were last season or the season before that.
Right, it can perpetuate the Browns into something they're not ready for,
Yeah.
or that they're ready for.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even if you look at how the situation is with their wide receivers, they don't even really have a wide receiver like that. That's the funny thing. They don't have a W1, a wide receiver one.
Yeah, they don't.
They
Never
got
really
Sam,
thought about that.
they got Sampson, but if you bring somebody over, like let's say I don't know, you bring over, let's say AJ Brown goes to the Cleveland Browns, right?
Yeah,
That could be a deadly duo. You get Shador Sanders and AJ Brown, he'll show you that he can win some games.
that's true. That would be good for him. He definitely could use the receiver.
Right. Because I believe they still got their running backs.
They got Junkins.
They got Junkins. Yeah, Junkins is good. Who else they got? There was another guy that was there, but I think he's hurt.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But they
It's gonna
got
be
some good, and they got a pretty good tight end too. They got Fannin. Fannon's really good. I like him.
oh yeah.
He put
So
up
they're,
4 receptions, 40 yards.
they can get themselves some more things on the offensive side. They'll definitely be in good shape.
Yeah, exactly. But as long as you got Junkins, you're good.
Yeah, they'll figure it out with him.
So
So while we're in the AFC North, I wanted to also talk about, well, what I said was going to happen in the AFC North happened.
what happened? Talk to me, Mike.
You know, R&B said we're going to believe the Ravens just going to come back. And I said, yeah. With that soft ass schedule, yeah. And now
They almost lost last night. I mean, yesterday.
they almost lost the last 2.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They almost lost to Cleveland the week before, too. I told people Baltimore was going to win. They thought I was lying. They thought I was just saying it. They thought it was about Aaron Rodgers. No, it's about the way the Steelers play football.
Mm,
We
mm.
know, I know
Definitely.
what they do. I seen it as a fan of this team. Now I started watching football in 2004. So
Hmm.
as a fan of this team, the whole time, I know how they play.
Right.
I know what they're going to do. And I knew they were going to fail. Now, we lost a couple games we shouldn't have lost.
Right.
No, I don't, we shouldn't have lost to Cincinnati the first time.
That's true. That is
Um,
very true.
we shouldn't have lost that Green Bay game. They was up by 10. They had everything. All you had to do was just keep doing what you were doing. You know?
Right.
Then that's 2 wins. Now you in trouble the rest of this way. And now people are calling out Mike Tomlin,
Uh-oh.
including James Harrison.
Oh, that's not good.
Now, I did not see the video yet. I just came across um it just came across me when what you call it? It just came across right before I went on, so I didn't get a time to see it.
Right.
But Ben Johnson had outcoached him yesterday.
Hmm.
He had a few trickery plays in there. He had some reverses. He just really was smart with what he was doing. And now you're looking at a Steelers team on the outside looking in. You're sitting there 6-5. It ain't
Right.
looking good for you. And if I'm the Ravens, I always say it. People think it's crazy, but getting hot at the right time is a real thing.
It is.
It is a real thing. And, running the table, it could happen. It could happen. And they're in a very, excuse me, interesting place because now the Ravens have handled business. That soft schedule, they beat all those teams. They were 1-5,
Right.
and now they're 6-5. And it's gonna be rough. It
Let
is
me let
gonna
me
be rough.
let me ask you this, Mike. And I know that you're a real fan, like a realistic fan, not somebody that's like going out there giving out these like hot takes about their team and all that stuff. Um, but do you feel that it's Mike Tomlin's fault, or do you feel it's the just like the run of the mill? Like you got a 40. What? How old is Aaron Rodgers? 42, 43?
I think he's 41, turning 42. I want to say.
Okay, so you got a 42-year-old quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Um, DK Metcalf having been himself 100%,
True.
and the defense isn't where it needs to be because of a lot of injuries, right? Correct me
Yeah.
if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
with TJ Watt out, right?
No, he's
That
been he's been okay.
he's been okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's been okay health wise this season.
Oh, well, I'm just trying to figure out, do you feel it's the coach's fault though? Like, do you in your heart of hearts feel it's Mike Tomlin's fault?
Not fully. Um, yeah, he has to take some of the brunt, right?
Right.
He's got to take some of the blame. But just like any other coach, he's not out there making the plays. He's
Yeah.
not out there having to execute. But I believe this one also is a lot on the organization.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Starting back from Big Ben, the last he had that one good year. and then he came back and he hurt the elbow. He had to have the surgery. He was
Right.
out that whole season, and then he came back and he was another player. He was another year older. He couldn't move. He was more of a statue.
Yep.
We know Big Ben can sling it, but he wasn't one for being able to win solely on his arm.
Yeah.
So you took the dynamic, what made Big Ben Big Ben. It's gone. Like, could he still move around? Sure, but it wasn't much. It wasn't good. He was like a statue.
Yeah.
So part of it is the organization's fault for not having a good succession plan. They did not. They didn't draft anyone competent. They didn't do anything for even let's just say you drafted Kenny Pickett and Big Ben had 3 years left, 2 years left.
Yeah.
This is a situation where that's what you needed to do and you didn't do it. Look at Jordan Love. Jordan Love, Rodgers left, he stepped right in.
True.
Right in.
Yeah. But he also was on a bench for a couple years.
But no, but that's the point I wanted to make was that
Okay.
the Steelers should have done the same thing.
Yeah, I agree. I
The
do agree.
Steelers, there are some teams you that's what works. What the Steelers have done is not working, and then you add, and it's not disrespect to Will Howard, but I know his credentials and stuff, but Jackson Dart was on the board.
That's true.
Shador Sanders was on the board.
Yeah.
Those two men are, and then of course, and then Shador goes to a division rival. And although we've seen two division rivals trade quarterbacks, it's not like after what Tomlin said that ain't likely. So now you
Right.
got that's out. You know, you've taken away something that could help you.
Yeah.
So partially, yes, it is Mike Tomlin's fault. But the other part of it is the organization. It really is. You allowed not to get Big Ben. You did not sign players when you needed to. It goes back to Le'Veon Bell. Give him the money. He's earned it.
Hmm.
He was running his ass off for you. Antonio Brown. We
Give him the
know
money. Yeah.
some shit happened, but give him the money.
Yep.
You know, the rest would have taken care of itself at some point. But so like in terms of the field stuff, I'll give that to Mike Tomlin. But Pittsburgh has a problem organizationally, from the
Right.
organization standpoint. Sure, Tomlin has input, but he don't make call the shots on who comes, who goes. Yeah, he has input with the draft, but ultimately, the GM, if Tomlin says, "Hey, this guy would be better," but the GM says, "I want that guy," who you think's gonna win?
Yeah.
So I just think it's an organization problem, top to bottom, and the fact that they want Rodgers to come back versus having an actual plan worries me.
Yeah, and you know what? And I get it because on both sides, like you said, it can't be just the coach's fault because it's an organization. It's a chain of command, right? Like even when I get mad at my Jets, I'm always like, oh man, fire so and so. The coach, right? I'm always first one to say fire the coach, but it's not even the coach's fault 100% because they're not putting together the menu. They're just serving the food. That's all they're
Right.
doing, right? But with that being said, you will have those moments where you look at a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're historically known for holding on to their quarterbacks a little too long. Like they held on to Big Ben too long. They brought in an Asian quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, and now they're talking about bringing him back. He'll be 44 years old basically when he comes when he ends the season next season.
He's already 55 in football years.
Yeah, like come on, how much more do you want from this guy? Like let him retire gracefully. So I say that because that's one thing I never really understood about teams like Green Bay and teams like the Steelers, who's been like historically great, but they just don't move on from their quarterbacks. I never understood how can you not get their understudy? Like just find somebody that's comparable, someone that can actually throw the ball and play play the way they're supposed to play, right? But you go out there and you just get the oldest guy that can throw.
All those options out there, and you're like, oh, this guy works.
I mean, even a second year quarterback, even if they brought somebody like Carson Wentz, even though I'm not a Carson Wentz guy, but I would understand why they'll go out there and get him. Like it's one of those bridge quarterbacks. You're like, hey, well, we know we're not going to be good anytime soon, so let's just bring in somebody that can just play.
And Carson Wentz is still serviceable.
Yeah, of course, he showed that. If he's healthy, he's good. He's got his moments, but that's the thing. He can't stay healthy.
It is a big thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Oh man, guy, we'll see what happens with that.
yeah, yeah. I look forward to seeing what happens, but I will say this, Mike. I wouldn't give up my hope yet because I don't know if you watched the Jets and the Ravens game, but Lamar Jackson doesn't look well.
Oh no, I was saying that. I'm like, ever since he came back, he ain't looked too good.
No, and I think he missed the walkthrough today. It came up on my phone. Said that yeah, here it is. It says Lamar Jackson told Mrs. Walkthrough as he deals with his new injury for the third straight week. So it's another injury, and it's a toe injury. So here we go. He probably got turf toe from playing out there at the MetLife Stadium.
Oh, I mean, it's gonna be something, and he does not look good.
No.
What? Like I put it this way, one of my fantasy leagues, I have him and Matt Stafford.
Oh,
Lamar's been riding the bench. Matt
yeah.
Stafford's been playing like Jesus like football.
Yeah. No, I hear you. One of the leagues, the league I'm a part of with you, unfortunately, I had Lamar as one of my top picks. I wish I never had him because he's just playing like crap, and my team is crap. So yeah,
It happens.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
every
It
year
does.
is a good year in fantasy.
What's that?
Not every year is a good year in fantasy.
No, this is one of those years. I mean, I'm winning in other leagues, but not every league. So, but it's all good. It's been an injury riddled season for a lot of people, and a lot of stars are out. Like what's his name that plays with the Giants? My guy, Neighbors. Malik Neighbors is gone. There's a lot of wide receivers and running backs gone. I can go down the list, but it's been one of weird seasons. So it's all good.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't give up hope. I would see how this plays out with and also Derrick Henry. He doesn't look good.
Oh no.
He looks sluggish. He looks like he's running in quicksand with Ezekiel Elliott. That
He's
that
looking
Cabo sand.
he's looking real bad. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Like, how do you fall off the cliff that fast though? Like, come on.
Yeah, like and I mean it happened quick.
Yeah, it happened literally this season. Like last season to this season, night and day. Night and day.
It's like, bro, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Why? How did this happen so quickly?
And if you would have told me that someone like Christian McCaffrey would still be rocking, knock on wood, still be rocking, even out to this week, I would never believe you. I would think he would be out for like four weeks already.
Oh yeah, he's like on a roll.
Yeah. So it just shows you how the game is, man. It can go either way. It can go either way with football.
Mm, absolutely, absolutely. You don't know.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. You don't know. Like it's like, dang, like what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, what's gonna happen next, or what direction are we gonna go now? So
Exactly.
I don't know. Let me see something here. Oh, let me see something here. Uh, what were your thoughts? Or actually, I don't know if he's gonna get in here before I have to sign off.
Yeah, it's all good. If we end the show early, it's cool.
All right. You want to talk about the Lions or you want to talk about the Chiefs?
Let's talk about the Chiefs. That's another team I freaking can't stand. Talk about them damn Chiefs, man.
Why? What did the Chiefs do?
Listen, the Chiefs. See what makes me really upset about the Chiefs. They're playing. They're playing like they're like. How can I explain it? I'm trying to get the words together. I'm sorry. The
Uh,
Chiefs are playing like they're guaranteed a playoff spot.
yes.
They're playing like it's the regular season. Let's just get through these games and we'll see what happens in the playoffs. Just let us just show up to the playoff. No, last night they almost lost, and I know you're not supposed to count almost's, especially in football, because this isn't horseshoes, right? But that loss would have sent me into a freaking tizzy because I have them making the playoffs. I have them making the playoffs. I got a wager on them making the playoffs. And this freaking Chiefs team decides to just crap in the bed every single time with Daniel freaking Jones. Daniel Jones gave that game to him. He gave
Uh-huh.
that game to him. And Patrick Mahomes almost gave it right back like it was a hot potato. Let me tell you, Patrick Mahomes is playing like trash. This man had no touchdown pass. He had 352 yards. He was just running around. He got sacked 4 times. I'm so angry with Patrick Mahomes because I have him on one of my other fantasy teams, and by accident, I left him as my starting quarterback. That was the
Oh,
dumbest mistake ever. He didn't throw one touchdown pass. Matter of fact, Travis Kelce only he caught for 43 yards, but this man haven't seen an end zone in weeks.
I think in that game he did catch a touchdown, but it got called back for holding.
They pulled it back because of these damn freaking penalties. That's another thing that pisses me off about these damn Chiefs. They don't know how to play football the right way. They're going out here getting penalties when you're getting touchdowns. Like, what are we doing? What are we
We're
doing?
working, we're working backwards here.
You're working freaking backwards. You're net negative. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man. You guys are pulling a Justin Fields. Stop it. Stop
Oh,
it. You freaking negative yards, man. This is ridiculous. And then on top of that, Kareem Hunt, right? Kareem Hunt don't get enough credit. This man ran for 30 times. He ran 30 times for 104 yards and got a touchdown. Did you know that was the only game I've watched this season that I saw a running back run it 30 times with the Chiefs?
wow, 30 times.
30 times. They kept running it down their throat. And I'm telling you, they needed every single piece of those yards. Every 104 yards that he got on the ground, they needed that and that touchdown. And I say that because this team is absolutely trash. I don't even see if they make the playoffs, I don't see them getting out of the first round.
Oof. Well,
And that's
let's.
hard for me to say with the Kansas City Chiefs.
I mean, I just want to pull. Oh no, that ain't what I wanted. I just want to say, yeah, I just want to look at something. Yeah, I mean, you look at the conference standings right now, and they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're 10th. The Kansas
Yes,
City Chiefs are 10th.
yes,
So the thing is, they got a game against Houston coming. That's going to be important.
yes.
Did they beat Buffalo?
No. Wait,
They
let
lost
me
to
check.
Buffalo.
Let me check. Um, yeah, they lost to Buffalo. Huh, 21 to 21 to 28. That was another
Yeah.
game that pissed me off because I had money on that game and they lost.
And they lost to Jacksonville too, who's still ahead of them.
Uh, oh man, they're in a bad shape.
They
I'm
lost
like,
to
they might not make the playoffs, man.
they lost to Jacksonville, who's still ahead of them. So now they're in a very interesting situation because I'm gonna say this: that game against Houston, they lose that game, it's over. They ain't making
Yeah.
the playoffs. Huh?
You mean you said if they lose a game against
They
Houston?
lose the game to the Houston Texans. It is over.
Yeah, and we
Because they
never
will
know how
have
that's gonna
three
go.
teams. Because listen, the Bills might as well pack it up. My opinion, Patriots are winning this division, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt, no
So
doubt.
you have that. Now you look at Jacksonville's division, they're still in it. Now, if I'm Kansas City, you want Jacksonville to win because you just beat the Colts. So you're gonna have that tiebreaker on them, right?
Right.
Now, we didn't play the Chiefs this year, but now, hold on. So, but the Steelers, see, but the Steelers have a better conference record than the Chiefs. So the Steelers would be ahead of you too.
Right.
So, and now Houston also has a better conference record. You got the head to head. So, you got to get to, if I'm the Chiefs, you got to get to a point where you need to win games. You
Yes, you got to
still
win all your games.
and you might win all them games and still miss. But I personally think if they win them all, they'll make the playoffs.
Right.
But I want to just say here, let's see, Chiefs schedule. So now they got the Cowboys on Thanksgiving this week.
Yes.
Then they got the Texans 8:20.
Mm-hmm.
So they got like a mini bye and then the Texans. Then they play the Chargers.
Right.
Then they got the Titans. They should win that game. Then they play Christmas night. They play the Broncos at home though. Then they end the season with the Raiders. But that Titans game, that's a short week because they play the Titans on the 21st and then they play on Christmas night.
Right.
So if I'm them,
They got a Christmas game.
and a Thanksgiving game.
Oh man, the NFL is coming for blood, man. They just said F the NBA. I thought they only did it for last year.
Nah, they got that's the only. Oh no, I'm sorry. There's 3 Christmas games,
Wow.
and then none of them are on regular TV.
Of course not.
Yeah, we got 2 on Netflix. Dallas at Washington at 1. Then we got Detroit at Minnesota at 4:30. Then Broncos at Kansas City on Amazon Prime at 8:15.
Wow.
Like, bro.
Like, what are we doing? I mean, I'm happy that sports are on, but there's certain traditions you just don't step on. You know, like that's like the NBA having a Thanksgiving game.
Listen, but they smart. That's bad marketing because no one's gonna watch it. See, the NFL, it's the other way around. Like they kind of have the power. People
They
are gonna
do,
watch.
and that's bullying.
They just kicked them off. They kicked them off of their spot.
Right.
But,
Unbelievable, man.
all right, bro. Unfortunately, I got to cut us short tonight. I got to log in for this show.
All right.
So we'll be back next week. Well, me, R&B, and Brandon might be on Wednesday to do some more coverage.
Sounds good.
We'll be back next week. Or I don't know, or maybe we can. I don't know. You got to work Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I work Thanksgiving.
Oh, you got to work Thanksgiving too. I was just saying we could do a little Thanksgiving coverage.
Well, we might be able to do something. A little something.
We'll talk about it in the chat then.
Yeah, we definitely will.
All right. Well, man, have a good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry it was condensed. We'll be back maybe later this week. If not, we'll be back next week with a nice full episode ready to go, locked and loaded.
Peace.
Peace.